So I'm filming this. It is at 20 to 9 in the morning. I literally have to set off for work in 20 minutes. So I'm gonna bash this out really quickly. I've literally not set up a mic, so if the audio sounds weird, oh well. So, like I said, it is the morning. I'm literally watching people do the school run, and they're gonna watch me haul some books that I got for my birthday. So it was my 22nd birthday 2 weeks ago now, a week. 2 weeks ago now as I'm filming this, and I got lots of very lovely books for my birthday, and so I thought I would give you guys a haul of them. I think I got 11 in total, so like not too many, not too few. I mean, it might be a lot like in terms of like your reading things, but I've seen people haul like literally like 30-40 books, so let's go. So we'll start with what my parents got me and my sister. Okay, so for my family, I got 4 books. The first book that I got was Clara and the Sun by Kazuo Ishiguro. I've heard phenomenal things about this book. I've never read an Ishiguro book. I know people love it, Never Let Me Go. I can't remember what it is, but I know that people love Ishiguro's writing, so I really wanted to dabble into it. This book is basically, as far as I understand it, it's about Clara, who's an artificial intelligence robot situation, and you know, she goes to live with this family. She's like bought by this family, and she goes to live with them. So I have seen phenomenal things about this book from well, I mainly saw a reading vlog from Steffi from Perks of Steph when she read this in her kind of like sci-fi reading vlog. I've never really read anything like this, so I'm quite excited to do this. I think a recurring theme in this will be like books that I probably wouldn't have bought myself, if that makes sense, because I wanted to push the boat out a little bit. So I thought, you know, if other people buy me them, then like it'll be fun. Okay, so the next one I've got is Exciting Times by is it Noosi Dolan. Again, I've seen people talk about this. I've seen mixed reviews on this. I've seen some people either really love it or some people hate it. I was recently talking to Chaddy Reads Books on Instagram, and he was like, it kind of goes up and down a little bit. I've seen people like kind of like it. I know that Lena in her women's prize long list reading thing, she was like, it's okay, like it's good, like it could be better, but it's fine. So intrigued. I'll let you know what I think about this. Okay, the next book that my parents got me is one that I've seen doing the absolute rounds on BookTube at the moment. I'm pretty sure it started from Rebecca Eats books. I think, as far as I'm aware anyway, this kind of like trend, obviously, like she was not the first person to read it, but like in terms of like my BookTube sphere that I watch and I'm around, I've seen a lot of people talk about this from there. So it is Blueberries, Essays Concerning Understanding. I recently watched Carolyn Dempsey do a reading vlog of this, so I'm very excited to get into this. I think it's a memoir, but like told in like short stories and like snippets, but they all kind of flow together, and I've heard that like it is just amazing. I've seen people love it, so I am just so excited to get into this. How many times can I say excited? Okay, and then the last one is this one, The Panic Years by Nell Frizzell. I have the ebook version of this, but I really wanted the physical copy version because I want to do a reading vlog surrounding this book and a few other books. So I asked for it physically. Hannah from Let's Talk About Books Baby is the one that kind of put this on my radar. I know she loves it, so I'm hoping that I also love it. It's touted as kind of like every millennial woman should have this on her bookshelf, and while I am not a millennial woman, hashtag Gen Zer, I think I straddle that weird ground between millennial and Gen Z, and so in my 20s, you know, let's figure out what this is. Dates, Doubts, and The Mother of All Decisions. I'm excited. So those are the books that my parents got me. We'll move on to the books that my boyfriend got me. So my boyfriend got me 3 books. The first book he got is a book that I own digitally, which is a little bit of a trend sometimes when I like either really like start a book digitally and I'm like, no, I really want it physically, or like sometimes I do just want both copies. So first book I asked for is Know My Name by Chanel Miller. Chanel Miller is the survivor of the Stanford sexual assault case, and I've read most of this book on my iPad. and I've really been thoroughly enjoying it. I have to take it really slowly because I just think it's one of those books that I, you know, for self-preservation's sake, have to just read in chunks and bits and pieces. But I don't know if you can enjoy this book. I don't know if enjoy is the right word to use for this book, but I find it very fascinating, and I find it very eye-opening of justice systems and exactly how survivors are viewed and dealt with. Yeah, fascinating. I remember being so angry at the Brock Turner case when it happened, and so reading Chanel Miller's words, it just powerful. Okay, the next book is one that I've already read, and it's the only one of these books that I've already read, so it's fine. And it is His Only Wife by Peace Adzo Mehdi. I read this in a day. I really enjoyed it. I will obviously be doing a full wrap-up, she says, at some point, and I think I'm going to do kind of like a what I've been reading type wrap-up to kind of catch up on all of them, because I can't do the whole monthly thing. But yeah, this is kind of, it's described as a Crazy Rich Asians for Africa. I don't know if I would personally describe it as that. It definitely has some rich people in it, but it is very much so just like this wonderfully feminist take on culture and marriage and a whole bunch of stuff really. And yeah, I think it is just phenomenal. And if you are wanting a very like nice contemporary read that has a really like strong feminist message, really recommend. Okay, so this next book is the definition of judging a book by its cover. I don't know too much about it. I kind of just saw it when I was browsing, making my like wish list at the time, and this jumped out at me, and it's called You Exist Too Much by Zaina Arafat. So the blurb says it's told in vignette, I can't say that word, vignettes, that word, that flash between the US and the Middle East. In this author's debut novel, she traces her protagonist's progress from blushing teen to creative and confused adulthood, and I'm pretty sure like this person's part of the diaspora, and I feel like it probably has that kind of vibe that books have quite a lot of now, you know, like The Vanishing Half or like We Are All Birds of Uganda, where it's kind of like ebbing and flowing from past to present, which I enjoy reading sometimes. So it'll be really interesting to see how I feel about this book when I do get around to reading it. But other than that, I really don't know a lot about it, besides the fact it had a pretty cover and I wanted it on my bookshelf. The next book that I got for my birthday was from my girls that I work with, and it is The Shadow King by Maza Mengiste. I'm really bad with names. It is a chronic problem I'm trying to fix. But yeah, I'm really excited to read this. It was shortlisted for the Booker in 2020, and I really wanted to read it at the time, but just never got round to it. But basically it is set in Ethiopia, I'm pretty sure, and it is all about kind of like in 1935, Ethiopia is occupied by Mussolini. Is it occupied by Mussolini, or like Mussolini's army is like trying to occupy? So obviously it's set across the backdrop of kind of like fascism and the rise of like fascist Europe. But yeah, so I'm really excited to read this. It basically follows an orphaned Harut who struggles to adapt to her new life as a maid. Her new employer, Kirdane, an air officer in the Emperor's army, rushes to mobilize his strongest men before the Italians invade. The Italians are invading, they're not there yet. And so Harut and other women long to do more for the wounded, more than like care for the wounded and bury for the dead. And so when the Emperor goes into exile and Ethiopia loses hope, it is Harut who offers a plan to maintain morale. But how could she have predicted her own personal war is still to come as a prisoner of one of Italy's most vicious officers? So excited to read this, and I'll let you guys know what I think. Okay, so the next two books that I got, I was kindly sent by Steffi from Perks of Steph, and I am honestly so grateful, and like so like honestly like thank you so much, Steph, for sending these books to me. That's just so nice of you to do. You really didn't have to do that at all. So yeah, so the first book that Steph got me is The Small Body by Tsitsi Dangarembga. I'm so excited to read this. It is by a Zimbabwean author, and I love books by Zimbabwean authors. because I'm Zimbabwean, so I just like ride or die for them. If you would like to see kind of like a reading vlog, like where I read books by Zimbabwean authors, because I've got this and one other on my TBR at the moment, please do let me know, because I would be more than excited to. This was longlisted for the Booker in 2020. I think this and the last one definitely, like, the 2020 Booker is probably like around the time where I was starting to get back into reading post like degree, and so that's kind of where a lot of the books that I like didn't read and still want to read are coming from. So you can definitely see with this and The Shadow King. So yeah, I'm very excited to read this. I'm pretty sure this is part of a trilogy, but like Faber have just got the publishing rights for the other 2 books, so this can be read as a standalone. So I'm excited to read this and then go back to the other 2 at some point. Okay, so the next book that Steffi sent me, or the last book that she sent me, was Boy Parts by Eliza Clark. I'm so excited to read this book. It's like, it basically follows somebody who scouted off the streets of Newcastle, and like Newcastle, hello, I live in Newcastle, so it's all very exciting. And so basically it follows Irina, who takes like explicit photographs, and she's offered a space at a gallery in London, and so it is about like that kind of like offering of a better life, I'm pretty sure. It is a debut novel from Eliza Clark, and so apparently it's like shocking and hilarious, and I really like those books that like take you from one to the other, so really excited. Okay, and then the last book that I got for my birthday is one that like I kind of forced my mum to buy me. I just put it in the trolley when we went shopping, and I'm not transferred her the money, so I am just gonna call it a birthday present, thanks mum. And this is Hamnet by Maggie O'Farrell. I am not a historical fiction kind of girl, like whatsoever really. I did a history degree, so I like my historical accuracies, I'm not gonna lie, so historical fiction just hasn't really ever been my thing. However, I thought I would try, and people love this book, and so I was like, okay, it is on, it was an offer, but there's no VAT on it in Costco, which is where I picked it up from. I'm just gonna try it for $4.99, you might as well. And so I did it, I took the plunge, and so I'm really excited to kind of read this and see if I will like historical fiction. I've definitely tried to read kind of like historical fiction, so I'm like partway through the Song of Achilles, and I struggle with it. But yeah, I'm hoping that I do enjoy that. I've got the hiccups, so I'm just trying to like down this slightly cold tea now. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed my birthday book haul, just like a really quick, easy, chatty video. I didn't have much to say about these books because for quite a few of them I did just kind of like add to wish list, add to wish list, add to wish list type situation. And so I probably will have more to say about them when I have read them, and so look out for that if that ever comes. But yeah, I'm gonna go to work now, literally right on time to leave in 4 minutes. But yeah, I'm gonna go to work, and I will see you guys at some point.